Hello everyone, my name is SiC and welcome back to Dawn of Man. The upgrading of the village continues as we will upgrade these last few final tents into huts with thatched roofs and clay walls, or mud walls I should say. Meanwhile, we also have a bunch of animals walking around. Hopefully we will get some young ones here as well, and it does seem we have our first baby sheep here, which is awesome. We have an adult female sheep as well, and we can even check the progress of the wool growing. Interesting. So we have a bunch of dogs, of course, which we had for a while. I see the mouflon, or aka the sheep, but I don't see the goats. They're around here somewhere though, no doubt. The dogs seem to be guarding them, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you've got dogs in other places in the settlement as well, but that is a cool little detail. Anyway, we can speed time up here. We're still doing really well on food. We have so much grain that we cannot even process all of it, and that's not even the same as straw. Like, the grain is actual stuff that you can process into bread, and of course the straw is used to feed the goats and to make the thatched roofs and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's speed up time to ×8. Now, we are doing pretty well. I think we have some raw skins, we have some dry skins. I don't know exactly. Oh, we have one leather, so we could do some hunting, because that is one thing we still haven't automated yet, and won't have automated until a little bit later in the game. Now, what is going on here? We have an ibex and they're still extracting it. We have some people over here that are going to get that. We will butcher that. For some reason it's not signed or assigned, or maybe they do it automatically and I didn't need to press that. I have no real idea. What is that? We have an aurochs, young male aurochs. Alright, I see. And then we have an adult female, an adult male, an adult female, and an adult female. So that's 2 females more than what they need. So maybe we can actually hunt this one. The other ones might attack us as well, but we'll see. Now, also another thing that we need to do is we need to continue the building of our fortifications, and we don't have that many logs, so we need to cut down some trees. Now, of course, we will keep the useful trees and also maybe a few around just because they look nice. Just because I want to have some in the settlement. We can cut down that beech. This fir tree is very useful. The oak, beech. Yep, cut down the beech tree. So a lot of useful trees around the settlement, really. For tannin, at least, which is something we use for leather making, so it's important to keep. Another fir tree, a spruce tree, we'll cut that one down. We have a beech tree and a spruce tree, beech tree, finally that birch and this beech, and I think that should do pretty well. And also this clears out a line here that we could use for making walls. So it's going to be a big wall, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Got a few unhappy people in the settlement as well. That is bound to happen, as of course the workload is quite high. We are, of course, going into the end of autumn. We still need to harvest a bunch of stuff, so there's a lot of work still to be done. And we have an aurochs attack. Yeah, that was bound to happen. Let's hunt this one down. We got the adult female down. Got some raw leather from that. Luckily we got a bunch of dogs and 3 hunters on the job, so nobody dies, nobody even gets significantly injured, and these ones seem to leave us alone. They need to drink though. They're quite low on energy and water, but we have a big lake so they can replenish. Meanwhile, yeah, we ordered a bunch of trees to be cut down. I guess we could continue with laying down the foundations of the walls. We'll do it in small bits, like that. And again, of course, every time something important happens, the game goes back to normal speed, but we really should speed it up to ×8. And look at that, we didn't finish the harvesting in time. Winter has now set in and all of the stuff we had is gone. But still we have 160 grain and 150 straw to process, so I'm not worried about that in the slightest. Even had a little bit of disease in the crops, but still that should be fine. I do hope that at some point we can regrow the trees in a certain area, because right now we're just cutting them down, and there's nothing really regrowing anymore. Varric has died of old age, alright. Like we have mine ore, cut down trees. There's no replanting trees though. And I don't think there's anything in a knowledge tree for that either. At least nothing that springs out to me right now. Shield making, armor, sword making. Like there's a ton of stuff that we can still research, but that doesn't seem to be one of them. Of course there's tons of trees in the map, so at some point it doesn't really matter, I suppose, but it's still kind of nice to have. Alright, so that building is done. We are now at 77% roughly. We could also upgrade this to a hut so they don't waste resources on repairing it. I think that would be nice. And new humans have joined the settlement times 3. That is a lot. So we can still have space for, well, had space for 41, but that's of course because they're rebuilding the tent. Now I just need to turn down the volume a little bit because I'm going crazy. That was quite loud. Alright, so we got knowledge because we baked 250 pieces of bread. We still have 28 meat right now. We got some dry skins. I don't see the leather. Raw skins. We are low on harvesting tools. Alright. So I guess we should build a few more of those, some sickles. Let's build 6 of those, I guess. Why not? Maybe also a few more bows now that we have more people. Meanwhile, a trader has arrived and he has adult female goats. I guess we'll trade for them. We'll trade some spears in return. Well, we need a bit more. We need straw because it's winter and they need to feed on that. Let's see, we have 1 adult female goat, 1 adult male goat. So that guy is going to be in heaven as we bring in 2 more goats. Let's have a look. Flint sickle, flint pick, flint spears. Yeah, we need to work up to 84. Cured meat we need to keep for ourselves. We have a bunch of grain. We could sell some grain. Should be no problem. There doesn't seem to be a shift click to trade multiple. Right, I see. That's a bit too much. Alright, so 84 against 84. Let's trade. And off they go. That gives us 2 more female goats. We have 1 male goat, so I don't know exactly how many animals we have right now. Is there animals? There we go. Goats, sheep. So 15. And in the shelter we have room for 10. So actually, new animals have been born. We survived the winter, so we get enough knowledge points. But I guess we need another stable. Where to put it though? There we go. That seems like a nice place. Again, running low on harvesting tools, but we queued up a bunch of those ready to be made, and then we have knowledge points that we can do. Now we have a lot of things that we can domesticate still. We could do well digging, we could do underground mining, or stilting, or pig domestication. And that would lead, of course, in the end to cattle domestication, which is nice. Fruit tree domestication. Oh, here we go, actually, flax domestication. So that allows you to plant certain trees, I guess. Surface tree, rye domestication. Alright, brewing, baking in the end with ovens. That's kind of cool. Donkey domestication, those are useful. Required for the wheel. I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't have much use for mining right now. Let's just go with stilting. Why not? Allows you to build bridges. Now, We could build a bridge from here to there as a shortcut. I don't really see the point of it though. I don't really feel the desire to do that, or the need to do that, because most of the stuff we need to do is going to be around the settlement anyway. Now we have some ibex coming in. Adult female, an adult male, so we could hunt one of those and try to see, let's see, young male, young female, so we'll capture one of the young males as well. This is some extra leather that we still need. What do we have over here? A young female wild donkey. Wild donkey, wild donkey. Sadly, we cannot domesticate those yet. But this is an adult male, adult female, adult female. We'll hunt one of those as well. And we have some more ibex over here, it seems like. Or mouflon, actually. And this is an ibex, okay. They're quite far away from the other group. So there's a lot of ibex over here. And the mouflon seems to be off by itself. So we'll hunt that one as well. Gives us access to some extra meat. And of course we don't need to be worried about the bread for right now. And how are we doing on logs? We have plenty of logs left at the moment. We can continue building our defensive wall. Now let's see, we will put a gate right about there. And then the palisade from there, and from here to there. That should work out okay. They can start working on that. It's going to take some time. They're not going to finish that anytime soon, I think. That's a fir tree. We can cut down that beech tree. Maybe this fir tree as well, just because I need to make some space for the wall. We can build it up to here, then another little one there. Now we can go here and up to here. And then we should have another wall over here. And that should protect us quite well, I would say. Anyway, we need to... Animals at shelter 15, total shelter space 20. Right, because we finished our second stables, so that is good. That is something to keep in mind. Definitely still need the logs. Why are you carrying the log? We need to create a few more sledges, I would say. Alright, let's pause very quickly. Animal population reached 25, knowledge plus 1. Milestone unlocked, domestication knowledge plus 2. Interesting. Okay. Animal limits. Animal limits are an efficient way of controlling your domestic animal population to ensure that they don't consume too much space or resources. By default, only very old animals will get slaughtered as they would die of natural causes anyway. However, you can specify a limit for each type of an animal, and your people will slaughter them automatically to keep the population under that amount. Your people will slaughter the right animals to keep a good male-female ratio. Interesting. So the animal limits. How do we do that though? Animal limits, there we go. Set 250% of play. Interesting. 18 units, 11 units. I was thinking more like 11. 9 units. We can go lower than this. 9 units. So 9 and 9. That will mean we have 18 animals because we have space for 20 in here to keep them fed and warm in the winter. So interesting. We have an animal here that is going to get slaughtered. It's an adult male. I guess it shouldn't really matter at this point. We have plenty of straw. Maybe we don't even need to do that. Let's see, 33%, 33%. But that means, yeah, some are going to die in the winter. So, well, I guess for now, Let us set it to 25% of the population, so we have 9 and 9 of each. And that should be fine. Because that means we have enough shelter to keep the animals warm in the winter. Now we are at the end of spring. I assume everything has been planted. I didn't really pay attention to that, to be honest. But people no longer seem to be doing that. And we have our first slaughtered goat. Nice. Alright, how are we doing over here? We have the cheese maker. We are now making cheese. That is super nice. I don't see it up in here. We have the meat, fish, vegetables, grain, flour, bread, milk and water are in there, but no cheese, which is a bit strange. Got some new sheep being born. Super cool. And the workload is high at 90%, so I don't know, maybe we're overdoing it a little bit here. Or we need to grow more population, I guess. But we have room for more people to join. And we can create even more space by upgrading these houses, which we will do. We got another knowledge point for 250 berries, which brings us up to 5 again. And now it's when the game gets really interesting, because now you get more and more knowledge points over time, because there's more stuff that you're doing all the time. Ooh, a cave hyena attack. Let's hunt that one down. Let's hunt that one down. An old mill. Let's hunt that one down as well. That one. And I guess the young ones are not going to join the attack. So leave them alone, I suppose, but yeah. It's an old woman that got caught out here. She gets one of them. That's very nice. The other ones seem to run away or not do anything. There's another adult male. We are going to attack that one, because that's a lot of hyenas here. And they seem to ignore us for now, actually. Maybe we can cancel the hunt, as long as they're not doing anything. Now, they are attacking the bears, so the bears are attacking them, I guess. We can order that one to be butchered. Or maybe just leave it alone for a bit until the bear moves away, because that seems to be a risk that we might not want to take. Now we are making some more leather over here at the tanner. That is good, because we definitely need it. We need it to make the sledges, and of course also the other stuff, which is still going to be needed as well. Luckily we don't need it for the huts, so we're good on that count. And we have a bunch more logs. Look at that. Some of the palisades are being put into place a bit randomly, which is a bit strange, and we need another little bit of palisade right there. I didn't see the foundations for it, so that needs to happen. We have an oak tree, a beech tree. Like some of these, like I said, I want to keep because the aesthetics are just nice, but this one on top of the hill can go. This beech tree can go down because we have some peas over here that we can harvest. We've got a pear tree that we can collect the fruit from. I'm going to do that as well. Acquired milk times 10. Nice. And a trader. Pig domestication. Ooh. Wow, that's so many knowledge points though. We cannot afford it. We're not going to do that, sorry. This is going to have to manage for a bit. Now we still also need a ladder for the watchtower, but finally it has arrived. So we do need to keep up our hunting here a little bit. It seems the bears have moved away, so we're going to butcher that cave hyena. And of course we're also going to get leather from the goats and the sheep, I guess, as well, when they're being slaughtered. Meanwhile, they are a good source of milk. And when we get more, we'll get some more raw skins in from them, which is super nice, because it means we rely less on hunting. Alright, so the people still are pretty unhappy, so at some point we need to start working on megalophism, which I believe we have unlocked. Yes, indeed. A stone circle can now be made, as well as a menhir. But the stone circle seems kind of cool. That is kind of like cured meat, 250, new animal was born, new human was born, kind of cool. But this is kind of like Stonehenge, man. It looks super cool. But it's a bit limited in where we can place it, it seems like. We need a fair bit of space there. Wow. Really is quite limited. Wool times 10. That's cool. So we could build it over here. There's a bunch of flat space over there. And also it seems kind of nice to build it away from the settlement and not in the settlement. It seems like it's a spot we could place it that I saw over here. Cheese times 10, wool cloth times 10, so all of that is progressing as hoped. Actually, let us focus on that for a second, because in here we can only make the leather outfit and the skins outfit. Now we are having a weaver over here, but the weaved products are not being used by anything else. So let's have a look at the production tab and let's see an outfitter. Yeah, that seems like an unfamiliar building. We can place that somewhere. Around the same area, I suppose. Or we can build one right there. It's a nice place. Or nice enough place, anyway. Got an armorer, brewery, water mill. I'm still curious what this is going to do for us. Might make flour. That's kind of cool. And also we have knowledge points. So time is going on normally. Let's see what else we can unlock. Underground mining. Well, I guess let's do well digging. Allows you to make wells that are more efficient than having to go collect water from the nearest river or lake. Alright, but then still the hydropower is there. Now we can make a well. And we can make it right there. Or here, I guess. It's a bit in the center of all the things. But this seems like a nice place, because you could technically water this place and whatever. And this is like a production area for goat products, so... Well, let's go for it. Let's make a well right there. Production. Requires hydropower. Alright, so we still cannot get that one. It's required for now. Where is hydropower? It's all the way over here. I see. So we'll just make a mill and a well. I mean, not a mill, a well, and that is it. Now, how are we doing on the palisade? We're doing okay. I guess we need to cut down a few more trees. We have a spruce tree over here, a fir tree that we will keep. It's nice to build out and away from the settlement a little bit, because, yeah, it gives us some more space to build safely inside of the town. Now we have a cherry tree, we can cut down a beech over here, a spruce tree over there, and that fir tree we will leave, and we have a chestnut tree that we could collect from. Now it's kind of nice having it there, because it's something you can collect from. Well, at the same time it's a bit annoying, because it blocks line of sight. I don't know how much that affects our people really, but we need to maybe clear some of this area, because this technically could be used as shelter. And I guess that means also this oak, that beech, and this birch can go. Just clean out that space a little bit more. This birch can be cut down as well. First structure, the outfitter. So let's have a look. Automatically we are now making linen outfits as well as wool outfits. So the linen outfit is worn in the summer, because the warmth is 1 star out of 2. And the wool outfits is being worn in the winter, because that is 2 out of 2. Now, first structure, a well. Population reached 40, knowledge +3. New humans were born. So now we're at 40 population out of 43. And I think it's about time we upgrade this last hut into, or this last tent into a hut. Upgrade to a roundhouse, interesting. Yeah, we're at 40 out of 40 right now, that is fine. Winter has set in, so we didn't quite harvest all the plants that we could harvest. And sheep have been slaughtered. Like, it would be nice if we could build like an expansion to the stables, instead of having a bunch of stables all over the place. But it should be fine, I think. Still working our way on the palisades. Every palisade requires 1 log. And we have 14 logs in storage, so that should be fine. It should work absolutely well. Now we have someone that died of old age, a trader has arrived, and a goat has been slaughtered. An adult female sheep. They seem to trade in a lot of females, don't they? Well, if you trade for it, it's just going to get slaughtered again, so there's no real point in doing that, so sorry, but not today. Let us also make some sickles. 5 more. We will make some picks. And I guess we'll make some spears. And 2 more bows. Now we got knowledge points because we made 10 linen outfits. And we now have 9 knowledge, so it goes super fast at some point. Required 4 underground mining. Let's go ahead and take that one, because why not? Allows you to build mines on top of deposits. Mines dramatically increase the amount of resources you can extract from a deposit. So if we have this, we could mine this, or let's see, production, flint mine. So this goes onto a flint deposit, I suppose. Oh, cave hyena attack. Oh, maybe we were too lenient with the hyenas earlier, but it's only one that seems to be attacking us right now. And they don't seem to have a lot of health. That was a good bow hit, that did a ton of damage. The other ones seem to be leaving us alone. Now the last of the huts have been upgraded. So let's have a quick look at the camera here. That looks super cool. Look at that. Take a little screenshot, because why not? Looks kind of cool. Alright, so let's have a quick look. That's a megalith. We could get those now. We have flints, megalith over here. What is this? Flints. So we could, I guess, in theory, oh, wrong button. Production. Flint mine. Build this on top of that. Yes, indeed, we can. Interesting. So let's have a look, by the way, at this. We have a burial mount with 0 capacity left. We have 1 burial mount over here that has 1 capacity left, and the other one is up on the hill over here. Capacity left for 2. Alright. Looking good so far. We have plenty of straw to feed the animals, which is really cool. We have exhausted a work area over here, that is fine. Now we could actually start working on clearing some of this stone, because that's a lot. And now we have a raider attack coming in. Alright, so they're coming from the left. Now here is where we can do, let's call for the defense. Everyone with a weapon will assume combat rolls, everyone else will get inside a building, and then we will close all the gates. Melee combat preference, 50% men, 30% women. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Alright, so let's speed up time. Oh, they can swim around, that is interesting. Oh, interesting. Alright, let's open the gates here. Let's see what you do. Come on in. Oh, they're attacking the watchtower now. Interesting. These guys can also attack from the side, so they're being flanked. He's running away. That person died. And I guess the watchtower is going to have to be repaired pretty soon. Raiders killed, times 10, knowledge 2. Alright, and so this last person is trying to run away. He's badly injured. His stamina is running out, however. Some people are shooting at him with bows. He survived the winter again, so 1 knowledge point for that. And I guess at this point, default behavior, open all gates. Of a cave hyena attack. Oh, come on. Right, so it turns out we cannot leave these around the perimeter. They're attacking our people way too much. So we're also going to have to get rid of the young adults there, or the young ones, because they're just going to grow up and do the same. Doesn't really feel good doing this after all the restraint we've been showing, but I think it's time. I think we need to do it. We have no picks, so we need to get some picks. Well, we are working on picks, we just need more flint. Anyway, I think we've been playing for some time already, so it's about time to put a cut in here. We've done quite a few things, which is nice. We got our well, they're getting some water from it. And yeah, I think this is going to be our dedicated food area with the animals over in this area, and then the production quarter around the corner here. And then this is going to be mostly just houses spread around each other. So we have space for 5 more people. We're doing quite well on that, I think. We are still working on the palisade. Now the problem here for us is of course that it's quite a long and big palisade, and actually we finished just enough to continue the work. So we will continue building the palisade from here. Build it there. And from there we will go up to the hill. And from here we'll go down there. And that's enough for now. That's a lot of workload again. With the farming and everything else going on, people are going to be unhappy again. They seem to relax a bit after the winter because there's a lot less work to do. But yeah, this is just going to continue being a chore, even though now we have a few more people. Of course, me putting down a long stretch of wall doesn't help, but it is what it is, man. Let's cut down a few more trees to give the order for that at least. We're not going to continue building that wall this turn, or this time, but we do need to cut down some of these trees and clear the area in our planned settlements. So we got some more humans joining, that is nice. That will reduce the workload a bit. Cut down that spruce tree, we'll cut down this one, that pine tree, and finally I guess we'll also get rid of that spruce tree. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and continue to enjoy it. Please do leave a like and a comment below if you did, because that really does help out. And I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.